Celebrity Talk Show Host Day. Wow, I am excited. Thank you for joining us. We're super duper excited. My name is Raven Blair Glover, Raven, the talk show maven, and I have my sidekick here, TV star extraordinaire herself, none other than Melanie Keeper Harper. Say hi to the people.
Hi. So glad you're here to join us today. We are so excited about celebrating this special day for all of you that are TV hosts. So thank you very much for being here, and let's get started.
Let's get started. So today is National TV Talk Show Host Day. And, I remember, Melody, as a kid, that I used to love to watch late night talk shows, especially I loved it when I could hear, "Here's Johnny." And you know firsthand how exciting that is because you got a chance to really work with Johnny Carson. You want to share just a tad bit about that? And then we're going to bring Shaka on. So just in 30 seconds or less, what can you tell us about "Here's Johnny"?
Oh my gosh, those two words, "Here's Johnny," is part of my signature talk, as you know, because years and years ago when my twin sister we were on the Tonight Show with Johnny, and he was interviewing us, and for the first time in my life, and you might have experienced this yourself, I had stage fright that just was overwhelming. Now, you get butterflies, and I've had a little bit before, but this one, I froze. Can you imagine freezing? I froze there in front of millions of people watching at home and hundreds in the audience. And all I could do is nod my head and smile. I couldn't think of anything to say. Thank goodness my twin sister was there. And afterwards she said, "What was that all about?" But after that, I talked to Johnny, and he became my very first mentor. And that's what led me to help people and have the talk shows and speaking to help people get out there to make a difference, have unstoppable confidence, and stand out like the celebrity in their industry to make a bigger impact through public speaking. So that was the beginning for me. So I love Johnny, and that was my big forte to talk show.
Absolutely. And now you are one of our Raven TV stars. You have your own show. What's the name of your show?
Ignite Your Influence Now. There it is. Ignite Your Influence Now. And I work with a lot of different people. So the people I love on the shows that really make a difference are people that are successful in their realm as authors, speakers, coaches, entrepreneurs, business professionals, consultants. And I love when I bring in people and they just talk from their heart. And they're telling us how they made a difference in other people's lives. It's all about making the impact. It's about giving. And so when you are an influencer, you are influencing other people's decisions, their lives, and making a difference for them. And you want to do it in a positive way. And that's what I bring on, are people that are very successful, all different realms, whether it's being that celebrity background that I have from working with actors and actresses, to working in the business professional, working with top speakers, to working with my clients that are amazing, amazing people. And I love to bring them on because they're influencers in their own realm. And it's how you stand out as the expert in your industry. And that's what we talk about. And I use things where I talk about, and I know, Raven, you were saying this too, like bringing on, like the book I have, The 7 Powerful Ways to Use Speaking to Build Your Business. Well, powerful ways, these are 7 different steps that I will talk about in my show, because each one brings out the influencing in different platforms you use for streams of income you can also make. So you're also benefiting others besides yourself. And so I love it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You've been on celebrity shows. Dean Cain, I believe, interviewed you.
And yes, I love Dean. Yeah. Superman. I mean, we had a funny thing too. Told me he was on my honeymoon with me. He was on my honeymoon. You didn't know you were on my honeymoon, did you? I had to go see a movie. I went, oh my goodness, that's where I first recognized who Dean Cain was.
Well, you guys can watch that on Raven TV. If you have Roku or Amazon Fire, just type in Raven International TV Network. You'll see all the different shows of our hosts, and you'll definitely see hers under the celebrity interview. You'll see that one of I think Dean Cain is interviewing her. And I've seen your interview with Jack, and Jack raves about you. Melody.
Jack Canfield of Chicken Soup for the Soul. Yeah.
Yeah. Melody is one that will help you get past that shyness. She will help you get on stages. She will help you get ready to have not just a great presence, but the celebrity presence. I got to ask you, what's the one thing when you think back now that you're a talk show host that you could appreciate about Johnny's style? Here's Johnny.
Oh, I love him. Johnny, well, that, like I said, he was the first mentor. And as I said earlier, that was where I had first really had struck with stage fright so badly that I froze. And it was a horrible feeling. And that's where I decided I want to help other people learn. And when I was in that movie, Double Trouble with Elvis Presley, and I remember asking him about stage fright because I was just determined I was not going to have that again, and wanted to help other people so that they didn't feel that same thing I did. And I remember him saying, honey, every time I get on stage, I get them butterflies. And when I get them butterflies, I know I'm at the top of my game. And I just remember thinking, wow. And then he became my second mentor, and he taught me how to keep those butterflies in formation. And so I know what's being like on Johnny. With Johnny being that first one, he helped me to understand when we talked afterwards, humor. And he said, bring humor to your audience and get out of your head. Don't think about yourself.
Yep.
Think about the audience. And that's what we're doing about is, am I okay? Do they like me? We're thinking too much about ourselves.
Right.
And I love it what Dale Carnegie said in How to Win Friends and Influence People. And he said, be interested, not interesting. And that's why we have 2 ears that God gave us rather than one mouth. Listen, be more interested in the other person. You already know about yourself.
There you go.
Mind about other people. And that's what talk shows do. And they bring in and they bring out the humor. And that's what Johnny taught me is laugh and have fun with it and just be yourself. Be really authentic, be conversational, just have fun. And that's the biggest thing. If you have fun, your audience is going to have fun. Bring people that laugh.
Yeah.
And don't do closed in. I can't tell you. I've seen some people do closed in questions. You get a yes or no, boom, your interview's done. Okay? Open-ended questions.
What do you say, Melody? Are you ready to bring on our show hosts, our TV stars we're spotlighting today? You ready to bring them on?
I am so ready to bring them on. I'm excited. We have a great list of people for today. It's just, you're going to love it. You're going to be blown away. They're so good in all different, very diverse areas, very diverse, something for everybody. So I'm really looking forward to it. So let's bring them on.
All right, y'all. Here we go. Let's bring them on. Our first national TV talk show host is about ready to launch her show. Shanta Mooney, come on down. And,
yay, Shanta!
Hey, Raven. Thank you so much. It's so exciting to be here today.
Oh, it's so neat having you, Shanta, because I know you for so many years now. We've become really good friends. She is a powerhouse in helping people get out there to make a difference in their business. Oh my gosh, if you want to have a difference and make retreats or have your cruises going, she's the person. Shanta, tell us all about that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, my company is Luxury Destinations Concierge, and we create custom trips. So you don't have to worry anything. You pack your bags and we take care of everything till you come back.
Oh, now your show's hasn't started yet. I know you're going through training now. Are you excited?
I'm so excited. Yeah.
TV star. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to be exploring the world with Shanta, and going to have some,
it.
You know,
Is that the title of your show, Exploring the World with Shanta?
Yep, that's what it's going to be.
I love that. Yay!
That's great.
That's awesome. I know you were working hard on trying to figure out what was the perfect name. So what can we expect when we're watching Exploring the World with Shanta?
We're going to go to different countries. We're going to experience the cuisine, the culture, and talk to experts from those countries and people who've been there before, as well as, resort owners and companies there who are on the ground, who can give you great information. And we really bring that to your door.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I can't wait. What's one of the favorite places that you're really excited to share with people, especially once we get out of this pandemic and we can really start traveling again?
Right. My all-time favorite is Africa, whether it be East Africa or South Africa. I would go there back again in a heartbeat.
Awesome. Well, listen, I really want to spend much more time with you, and I know Melody does too, but I know you also have a appointment you got to get to, so we don't want to stop you. But we do want to thank you, right, Melody, for coming on and getting us excited about your new show. Oh, Joy gave you a clap.
Yeah, I'm so excited for you, Shanta. You're going to have a great journey of your own right now, exploring. So much fun. You'll love it. And for those who don't know, she is just really a killer at helping you get out there with her events that she does with cruises. So take advantage and pay attention to what she's got going. Get on the
Let everyone know how they can find out more about you.
Yeah, the best way to do is go to Shanta at luxurydestinationsconcierge.com. It's just my name with the company name. And I look forward to connecting with everybody and exploring the world together.
Okay, now, you may have some people like me that are like, concert who? So you want to go ahead and spell that out?
Yeah, Shanta at luxurydestinationsconcierge.com.
Yep. Luxurydestinationsconcierge.com.
And that's CON.
CIERGE.
There you go. We want to make sure everybody gets that right and they can check you out. And you can always just Google her, Google me, or try her on Facebook. I mean, Google her.
Yep, plenty of ways.
All right.
With your
Kisses. We don't want to hold you back. Go make that money, honey.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Raven. Thank you, Melly. And bye, everyone.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. National TV talk show host. I never thought that I would be a TV talk show host. My dream was to be a radio show host, and we started that way. Thanks to Roku and Amazon Fire and soon Apple and stuff. Now we're TV. And to be able to have this TV network and to have you, Melody, and all our amazing guests on, it just makes me.
I know, it's just awesome.
It fills my heart with such joy. Who's our next guest?
We have a fabulous one coming up next. Okay, we have Art Geyser. You see him pull those geysers out right now.
And Art, you got me dizzy. You got me seasick, man. I know you do. I'm like, oh.
His geyser's coming out, Raven. The geyser's shooting out right now.
I've lived with that my whole life. I actually got a client once because my name being Art Geyser, he said, well, I was curious about you because I was picturing the Mona Lisa and the Venus de Milo shooting up in the air. So
that's very visual.
Well, I'm going to show your picture just in case because you're moving a lot. So I'm going to go ahead.
Sorry.
That's okay. Show your picture. And Melody, you can just ask him a few questions, find out about his show. I bring his picture up. Yeah,
Art, if you would, tell us for one thing, what is the title of your show?
And if I can just say first, I'm in my car. It's funny following Shanta because I'm near Palm Springs right now in the desert, but I'm on my way to fantastic Sedona, Arizona. So it's a good follow-up from her.
Take your man. I'm just kidding.
There I am, great. My show is called The Art of Transformation. I'm the developer of a field called energetic NLP that brings together neuro-linguistic programming, spiritual principles, and transformative and healing energy work. And my show is different than most shows because we'll have fun, but we'll actually do work during the shows. People have an opportunity to change their lives while they're listening without working hard, without having to analyze themselves, without having to cathart, because I believe that personal change should be fun.
So it's more hands-on. It's very participatory as they're going through their learning and getting something out of it and getting a result, it sounds like.
Yeah, a lot of the shows all do, and I'll have some wonderful guests, and we all do remote energy work. So it doesn't matter where they are, and it doesn't matter if it's a recording, which blows a lot of people's minds. But it works whether it's live or recorded. In fact, I had a man recently listening to one of the recordings, and he was just doing it on his phone, and he was actually on his computer doing something else. He goes, all of a sudden I started shaking and my eyes were watering and I felt all this weight come off me, and I looked at the phone and went, what the hell? Because he didn't even think it would work. So
no,
it's
that's transformational, right? I love the name of yours, and it's a play on words, the art of transformation.
Yes.
I love that. That's a play on words. So that was fabulous. Well, how did you get started with this? Tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, my background was I was a medical researcher, and I had a good job, and I was proud of what we were doing, but I was really, really stuck. And I happened to be at a talk, and I walked out in the hallway, and there was a bulletin board, and on it was a poster that said neuro-linguistic programming. And when I read the words, it literally felt like a lightning bolt hit me on top of the head and went through my body. And the scientist in me went, what was that? And the mystic in me went, well, what do you think it was? It was a sign. And then I went back in the talk, and and all the books were on intuition except for one book that they were selling. And that one book was on neuro-linguistic programming. And I thought, sign number 2, okay. And started reading it, and just, it made so much sense to me. I started taking courses, but at the same time, I started studying hands-on healing, psychic development, spiritual principles. And what I learned is that all of those different fields could magically change people's lives, and they all had different limitations. So when you put them together, it was like 1 + 1 = a million. So that by putting them together, you could, in a really, really enjoyable way, accelerate both your personal and spiritual development. Because to me, spiritual development should make your life better. I'm not the go sit in the cave and meditate and just suffer through life. I mean, that's fine for anybody who wants to do it. But in my courses, we laugh, we have fun, and our lives get better.
Now, is your show like that too? Or is it a fun show? Or tell us a little bit more. We got just about a minute left. A little bit more about your show and how did you get started with your show? I wonder.
Let's see. I met this really amazing woman, a little quirky, but I like that, being quirky myself. And what was her name? Raven, I believe. It was some kind of a bird. And I've been in Raven's training program, which was really, really helpful. I had done podcasts for years, but Raven, I remember the very first class, you blew my mind by going, well, you can't do this like a podcast. And it was like, oh, all right, I'm gonna have to change all my plans. And
what was the difference? What was the difference between the podcasting TV opposed to just a straight podcast? We know it is. Tell the audience.
Yeah, there were a lot of things, but one, if you listen to a podcast, there's usually a long warm up, and and kind of a little chatty and this and that. And you watch a TV talk show, and you see, boom, they're into it. You know, it's like once the I forget what you call it, the little intro B-roll kind of thing is done. It's like, we're talking about this today, and our guest is, and it's like, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And
I remember that. I remember me saying to you guys that we started the network like we was the TV network, like we started our podcast network. Hey, I'm Raven, the talk show Maven, queen of interview marketing and conversion, blah, blah, blah. And then one day I looked at TV, I'm like, there's nobody on TV doing that. You know what I'm saying, Elnor? They just do the intro, and then they're like, welcome. Today, we're going to be talking about, So we were like, I remember, Joy, I had to email all you guys and say, I can't do that for the TV show. Go ahead, Art. Real quick, we want to wrap it up, but let us know what we can expect, or let them know what they can expect. I listen to your show, so I know.
Well, they can expect to learn. I'm known for taking complicated things and making them really simple. And so they'll learn new and different ways to approach personal growth, spirituality. And when I say spirituality, I have people in who watch the show and are in my programs who have, the full range of religious, non-religious, atheistic beliefs. So they don't have to adopt any particular ideology. What will happen in my show is they'll learn how very, very easily and quickly connect more to their spirit and their inner wisdom. And then in the remote energy work, they get to just relax, put their own inner human wisdom and spirit in charge, and let the magic happen. And it really is that easy, and it can be that fun. And in fact, I'll tell them at the beginning, if you work hard at this, if you try to do it right, it's not going to work very well. If you just go, okay, we're having fun, bring out your inner 5-year-old and just play with it. I don't expect people to believe anything, just relax, enjoy it, and they'll see what happens in their lives, and then they'll be tuning back in.
I think that's the key to everything, is relaxing and just kind of living into it instead of trying too hard, but just let it flow. Let it happen.
Yes, and I'm a recovering, I was one of those, if I work hard enough, I can do anything person. And I'm glad I was that way for a while. It was part of my development, and I'm really glad I don't believe that anymore.
Well, it sounds like you've done a great job. Sounds like it's a great job. And people watching your show will feel a transformation, and that's incredible.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm really proud of it.
Yeah.
Well, we're so super excited. There he is. See how handsome he is. We're super excited that you're part of the Raven TV Stars and Raven International show host family. Thank you for being here, Art.
Well, thank you very much, and I'll send you
Oh,
all
how
good
can people
energy
get in
from
contact
Sedona.
with you? Yeah, how can
Oh,
people? Mhm.
the easiest way, if they go to ENLP, like energetic NLP, ENLP, the number 10.com, and then they can access on demand a free energy session right there, which will increase their confidence, their personal power, and their ability to get into action. With everything going on in the world right now, those are things that people are always bringing up. They want more confidence, they want to feel more personal power, and they want to get into action. And again, if they go to enlp10.com, 10 is in 10.com, they can just watch it whenever they want.
Great, thank you.
Sooner the better, though.
Make sure you get out there and go to it right now, all of you. enlp10.com.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I just want to close off and say, after I had shingles, was I guess a little over a year ago, he was able to help me really relax and not get stressed, because I said I don't want that shit again. That stuff hurts.
Great.
So thank you so much for that. He really,
Oh, my pleasure. Keep
um,
up the fantastic work both of you are doing.
Thank you. Good luck to you too. Nice having
Thanks.
you.
Bye.
oh good. Let's see.
Hey, Raven, next up we have is Monique Sawyer. And Monique Sawyer, she is incredible. She's a powerhouse in herself too. We'll let her tell you all about it, but she has got.
Oh, I love Monique. Monique, come on down.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
It's definitely your time to shine. We are super excited. Thank you. I know you work a very busy schedule helping women investors make millions. So to have you here to talk about your amazing show that's always at the top of the charts as far as podcasts and TV. So tell us about your show.
Yes. Well, thank you for that. And thank you for having me. And what an amazing day to be celebrating, like all of these people doing amazing work out there, helping to change the world. And thank you guys for hosting this. This is amazing. I use amazing a lot, you can tell. So, so my show
That's why I connected with you. That's one of my favorite words too. We have the amazing Women and Men of Power radio station and podcast. So that's why you and I always connected. It's amazing.
Exactly. That's awesome. So my show is called Real Estate Investing for Women. And basically what I focus on is helping, as you say, Raven, women create millions of dollars in real estate, but I want to help them to do it the blissful way, which means with very little stress and using very little time so they can keep doing what they love in their life and have all the money to support them and create the freedom they want. So that's really what my show's all about.
And it's
real estate and bliss at the same time.
Right. Exactly. And most people don't even think of those two words in the same, right? People think about real estate and they're like heavy numbers or toilets and tenants or whatever, right? No, I teach people how to do it in a way that really supports the joy in their life because that's what they deserve.
Yeah, and you guys do hear this bubbly personality, right, Melanie? Yeah. It just jumps at you. I mean, even if you're not interested in real estate investment, just tune in to her every day and get that extra energy boost. I love your personality. Okay, when you think about talk show hosts, who's some of your favorites?
Who are some of my favorite talk show hosts? Well, I would have to say you, Raven, is one.
Oh my God, the chicken do mail.
Yeah, what's so funny about TV is that I actually don't watch television. I do a lot of what we do here at Raven International, which is online television. And so my favorite talk show hosts are probably names that people don't even know, but they're people that are making a difference. I love, for instance, Hal Elrod. He's got a show. I know he's not on this network, but there are some of those sorts of people that really make a difference in my life.
Yeah. And what do you like about being a talk show host yourself on podcast, TV, all of it? And here's the cool thing about it, that the technology allows us to have all these shows, podcasts, internet radio, streaming TV, which is what we're on, without having to sell any of our kids or an arm or a leg or maybe a home. It's so
That's
affordable.
right.
I'm kidding.
It
I would
is
not sell
affordable.
my
And
kids. Go ahead.
yeah, I hope not.
No, ma'am. Hope
You know,
not.
you know, Raven, you know what I was telling a friend of mine the other day that, you know, I was a young girl, I was always told that girls are to be seen and not heard. And then as a podcast host, I was a girl who was heard but not seen, right? But I was heard. And what was so amazing about that was I have this message that's so deep to my heart, right? Like, I want women to be able to live truly blissful lives. I want everybody to be able to live that.
Yeah.
And I could make an impact. And when we're talking about real estate, I got the emails and the reviews on my podcast and all, that I was changing people's lives. It's so amazingly gratifying. And then after working on that, you made it possible for me to now be heard and seen. Yay, right? And that makes an even bigger impact. Yeah, because I think that the more senses that are engaged in an idea, or when you're trying to present a message, the more people are going to get it. Like, I loved what Art was saying about how someone's multitasking and then suddenly something happened to them because they're listening to something. It also happens on television. Like, you see somebody say something, but they intonate it differently, or they give you a different look, and suddenly you're anchored to a new idea.
Yeah.
And that's really what I love about being a talk show host, is the level of impact we can make, and to really create change in the world in the ways that will uplift everybody. So that's what I really love about it. And thank you so much for making it possible.
You're absolutely welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And Melody, I don't know if you know this, but Monica is one of our profitable podcaster agents. When we'll be
Yes.
launching that,
Have
I
her
think it's
own channel.
yeah, the first Thursday of November. I don't know the date. I think it's the 5th or 6th, something like that. We will be launching that to the public. And so her and the rest of us are so excited because we have put together something pretty amazing, right, Monica, to help talk show hosts, whether it's live stream, YouTube, or podcasters, for whatever way, make some money, honey. Monique, say cha-ching, cha-ching with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Cha-ching.
Cha-ching, cha-ching. You know what I love so much about that agency? Is that it really helps people to 10x what they're doing and impact more greatly. And I know that the people that are going to be attracted to that are people with big hearts and big missions and big messages, and we get to help them get out there.
I
That's
know,
exciting.
it's so
That's
amazing.
exciting.
Well, thank you for saying yes and helping us kick this off. And you guys will be meeting her on our big launch. We're actually not calling it a launch, Monica. We're going to have a ribbon cutting, going back to the old days. Cut, cut, yeah.
Ooh.
And open that virtual door.
I love it.
The world. Isn't it great? So hopefully you'll be part of that. Monica, what's your final message to those that might be thinking, I want to have my own TV show so I can not only be heard but be seen?
Just do it. Because you know what? It's so much easier than you think. And the more you get caught up in your head, the less you're able to stand out there and be who you're meant to be. So, you know, this is easy. It doesn't cost a lot, like Raven was saying. It doesn't cost a lot. It doesn't take a lot. All it takes is a little bit of commitment and some courage. So just do it. Get started, and it just gets better from there. You'll be so glad you did.
Thank you, Monica. Oh, tell everybody where they can find you.
Just go to blissfulinvestor.com. So it's blissful, like being blissful, blissfulinvestor.com.
All right, girl. Well, thank you so much. We love you. And thanks for being part of Raven International Media Broadcast Empire. You're rock. Yes.
My pleasure. We'll see you guys later.
All right, Melody, who do we have next?
Okay, after Monica is Joy Ruffin. Oh, Joy is another powerhouse too. Oh, she's already, look at her, blue, beautiful blue. I love it.
Goodness.
She's ready to rock it.
Well, Joy Ruffin, come on down.
Oh, I love that. You know, I'm old school back in the day and a little bit old fashioned, blending in with the new. So I love that. I am honored and delighted to be with both of you powerhouses and all of these other beautiful guests that are here today, because I love what you're about, Raven. And to be a part of it is more than I can share with you. Love, love, love being here. I am a signature style specialist,
Yeah.
a leadership coach, and a professional speaker. And what I do is serve women who are in their second act, second chapter, midlife, terminology, regardless of age, to amp up their wow factor and get ready to stand and shout out, I'm here and I am ready. So
Ooh,
that's
We're here. We're ready.
hey, that's an awesome. Now,
ready.
Melody is a huge expert in, I guess you could call them, what do they call them, elevator pitches. What,
Yes.
that was pretty amazing, huh, Melody?
Yeah, I thought she did a great job. Great job.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to zip it and let you take this one because I know all about joy, and I'll put it in the end. Go ahead, take it away, Melody.
You're keeping my secrets, I hope.
Tell us what the name of your program is.
I have two programs, Melody, and actually three, but two that bleed into another where I do workshops in my masterminds and challenges and so on. Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. The tagline is Living Legacies. And I also just started Biz to Biz with Joy, Grow Your Business in Style, because the Leading Ladies was for women only, because I am really all about empowering women, and I'll get back to that in a second. But I had so many men asking me to come on to the show, and it all evolves around style, personal signature style. And so even in business, bottom line, which we all are, it gets back to bottom line business, but serving people in the best way, and the needs that they have, you address them. So that's
I love that. And your name is so perfect, just like art with the art of transformation. Yours is biz with joy. Okay, give me the joy. I love it. That's great. Now, how did you get started with all this? What brought you to this? What's your background?
One of my favorite questions. I am Native American Indian background, and so when my parents separated, we were sent into the deep, deep, deep South, the Bible Belt, where my mother's family resided. So my sister and I, it was just the two of us, we acclimated. I was furious because I was the spoiled brat and a daddy's little girl. But here's what happened to me. I got a chance to see my first Broadway show there, and to see these women get ready. They would work Monday through Saturday, Friday, like demons, sun up to sundown. But Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it was fun time. And Sunday was time to go and praise the Lord. And I would sit in the corner and watch them get ready. The slips, the garter belts, the bras with the wire, and the hosiery and the accessories and the hair and the makeup. I was just amazed at the transformation. They were all absolutely beyond beautiful to me. And that's how I see women today. From a peanut to a watermelon, it doesn't matter. These women would saunter into church, and they were powerful and they were magnificent. And I loved every moment of it. So that was my beginning seed.
How they showed up. You were really
How they showed up and showed out.
Showed up. I love it. What is your heritage? You said American Indian. What background?
My background is a combination of everything. I don't know who remembers the TV series Roots. Well, my sister and I were wee teeny little tots, and she got fascinated and carried away with this. So she did the background check. So we discovered that we had Native American Indian and African and Irish and Russian and German. What a combination, right?
Was it like a Heinz 57?
What was that?
Heinz 57?
I don't know what that means.
Oh, that's way back. Heinz 57. Who remembers Heinz 57?
I go way back, Melody, but that I'll have to do my research on.
Oh, okay.
Something of everything. It's something national. That's great. Well, it's one of my best girlfriends is a Cherokee Indian. And so when you said that, I thought, oh, wow, okay. I love it. Learning about your heritage is so great. And what you have in here, that helps you with your powerful signature talk. That's how you got started. So I love it. That was perfect.
Yes. It's the seed of how I started. And then when my sister and I, it was supposed to be for 3 months when my mother and father separated, but it turned into 3 years. So when we went back, what they called up north and to the north, and we went back to school, they put me into the home economics class. So it was a confirmation because the teacher walked over and she put her hands on her hips and she said, Joy, you are so darn good at this. You should really think about being a designer. And how about the Fashion Institute of Technology? You remember Maya Angelou? And she said, you'll forget the name, you'll forget the person, you'll forget what they look like, but you'll remember how they made you feel. Well, I was on my way to becoming the worst juvenile delinquent you'd ever seen in the world. This woman, this teacher, I can't remember her name, uplifted me and gave me something that there are no words for. So it is true. You never know who you're going to impact and how you're going to impact them.
And you impact people so big. I love that, because you impact people a couple different ways, because you have a couple different shows, or did you finally merge them into one? Can you tell us? We got just about a minute left. Can you tell us?
You know what, Raven, she's saying she had 3 shows that she has now with the third one. So that's what I was wondering.
No. I have 2 shows that I broadcast with Raven, and that's Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies, and Biz to Biz with Joy, Grow Your Business in Style. Those shows mushroom into workshops and masterminds that I do in a private group, which is called Style with Joy, because everything that I'm about is style, because the beauty that I see in every woman, I hope to have her come out and showcase, show up, show out. Her confidence, her presence, and her style has to be present.
How's my style? How is the rest of the whole style? Are we up to Joy's level yet?
Absolutely. This is the best arrayed group of women I have seen in a long time. I say bravo. Wow, everybody looks smashing. Absolutely smashing.
You look
smashing. How many do you have on the show that have more than one show? Because people want to have one. They're wondering how they can do one, let alone a juggling act. How do you do that?
Well, we have an hour, so I have a 30-minute show for each. Leading Ladies is for 30 minutes, and Biz to Biz with Joy is 30 minutes. So
and they roll in, the way we got it set up on Raven TV is one just rolls right into the other, and it works beautifully. And I'm so proud to have her, because she is actually one, in fact, I think Monica too, that were on another network. We won't say who, but now they're on Raven TV. So, and you've been with us for a while. And Melody, Joy is an agent too. How cool is that?
All right, good for you, Joy. Woo!
I am so happy to be here. Absolutely thrilled, because you know how you search to align with the people who get you and you connect with, and it's a mutual admiration, win-win. Mm-hmm. That's what I feel here.
Yeah. So when I told Joy, we got a way that all talk show hosts can make money if they want to, and it's all done for you. Are you loving being in the agency so far?
Absolutely, more than loving it, because I'm just beginning to seed a lot of stuff, but I can see it mushrooming. I feel it mushrooming. I'm absolutely honored, really and truly, to be here.
Well, November? Tell me what's the first Thursday in November? Because that's our launch. I should have had my calendar.
I think it's the 5th.
You got it?
It's my event's on the 6th. Yeah, the 5th.
It is the 5th. It is the 5th.
We will be rolling out our big launch to the world. Hopefully you can join us on the agency. We'll all be talking about that next Tuesday. So Joy, thank you for saying yes a couple times to me. Appreciate it. Thanks for being a Raven TV star. And thanks for having such an amazing show that, it brings women together. And you really help unleash the best of that woman at where they are now. That's what I love about when I listen to your show. It's not like you're trying to make them someone else. You're working with what they got now, right? And so being a woman that's, I guess, am I in the second half or third half? I'll be 70 next year.
Regardless of age, age has nothing to do with it.
Okay. Well, one final thing you want to say to everyone regarding talk show hosts, and tell us who's your favorite talk show host.
Well, I have so many, really, and all of the ones that you mentioned, and I really can't say that I have a favorite. I absolutely love Johnny Carson, and one that few people know about, Jack Parr and Sally Jesse Raphael, and so many others who are out there and doing what they do. And I enjoy and take a little bit from all of them. I think they're all good, and they all have their unique special style. And the comparing is something that I really run from, but I get a little bit of everything that I need from each and every one that I admire and I like.
All right. Well, we'll take that. Thank you so much. I'm going to let everybody know where they can get in contact with you.
It's very easy. It's my name. It's just Joy, Joy, Ruffin with an E. Everybody wants to relate me to David Ruffin. I wish I were, but I'm not. But it's ruffinwithanE.com, and that's it.
All right.
Delighted to see you all. Thank you. Mutual.
Great having you.
Happy National TV Talk Show Host Day.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Next,
All right, the next one we have on here is Barkley Fisher. So, and I don't see Barkley. Where'd Barkley go?
he keeps jumping off, but that's all right. Let's put him until he comes back. I
We'll
want to
go next to the next one is going to be Rhonda. And
Hold
Rhonda,
on a second. Hold on a second. I need to bring on real quickly. Remember I told you Angel will be joining. She's got to jump off in a minute. And then Rhonda will do you and then Barkley. Okay. So go ahead. Come on, Angel. I will. Angel, you there?
I am. How are you?
Rhonda Hartwell, right?
Yes, how are you?
Here, Angel. Great to see you.
Great to see you all as well. Thank you so much for having me, Raven. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I wanted to have Angel on because, and actually when I reached out to her, I thought it was National Talk Show Host Day. I found out this morning it's National TV Talk Show Host Day. But she does live streams, I think, and you do YouTube. You do any of that, Angel?
So yeah, I have had YouTube channels in the past, and now with my podcast, Wickedly Smart Women, we do have it in the works to extend that into a YouTube channel, but we're at the beginning stages.
Even TV, and you can come join our family here.
Anything's possible, Raven. Anything is possible.
Absolutely. So let's. I will say this. She is. She just won the People's Choice Award for what company was that again?
It was the 15th annual podcast awards. And so my show, the Wickedly Smart Women podcast, won the People's Choice Award for business management tools for 2020 which was very exciting.
So let's all say yay!
Yay!
Angel, so definitely want to get on her show. Also, Angel is one of the few people I know that had a podcast for, I think, less than a year. And it was for men, and she sold it. So that's the power of your podcast. Now imagine had she had a podcast and a TV show. That money, whatever she sold it for, would have doubled and tripled. You know, here at Raven International, our hosts, for any of you wondering how you can get on, our hosts have a podcast, a internet radio show, and a TV show. Plus, they're in our profitable podcaster and broadcaster agency. So we are looking for people now. Angel, love to have your show on our channel. So, but first of all, congratulations on that whopping money. I know the insider secrets of how that came about, and I'm so proud of you for it. But I want you to talk to people real quickly about the value of what we have sometimes, and we don't know the value, right? Because that moment before that came up, you didn't really know I could do this, and it ended up being an easy breezy thing. You had to, work out some things, but that's a step all of us can take if you build it right, which she did from the start. Okay, Angel, can you wrap that up? I know it's a lot. Can you wrap that up?
Sure, yeah. Let me see what I can do to put a bow on that, Raven. So first off, the show was called Men on Purpose Podcast, and it was 2 years. I had the show for 2 years, and I had launched in September of last year, Wickedly Smart Women, and it became clear to me that having two at the same time was a little more than I had overextended myself a little bit. And so I had already come to the place where I was thinking I was going to put the Men on Purpose podcast on hiatus. By that time, it was actually number 41 in marketing on Apple charts, and we were in 97 countries around the world. And so it came to a point where I knew I was done, and I happened to be in this mastermind group with a bunch of other people, Raven included, and the idea popped in because somebody in the group was kind of in a struggle about creating their own show. The idea popped in, well, I wonder if this person would be interested in buying my show. Mm-hmm. And so what I want to actually just impart to everyone is a few things. First of all, whether you have a podcast or a TV show or a radio show or all of the above, there is value to someone, there can be value to someone else out in the marketplace, depending upon how much you value what you've created. So first, you want to value your own intellectual property, right? You want to value how you show up. You want to value the amount of time and energy that you have put into the creation of whatever this is. Secondly, you want to look at all of the metrics of what you've created and discern whether somebody else would want to buy into the metrics. So in my case, he was very interested in not going from 0 to 97 countries on his own. He was very interested in already walking into a platform where I had 97 countries that were downloading, right? And that we had 5-star rankings and that we were number 41 and all of the things. So there's sometimes
that you were all that bag of chips and some M&Ms on the side. Let's just say that. Okay.
Yeah. And so just remember that there's value in places that you may not even be thinking to look. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to, first of all, just say congratulations. You've done such a great such a great job from the beginning. And I watched you blossom. I remember you and I don't know if you remember that you and I talking, I don't know, when was that? Like 2009 or 10? Because I got into Lisa maybe about 2012. I think it was.
Yeah, that's about the right time.
So she introduced me to Lisa Sasevich, and then I think she may even introduce me to you or someone from Lisa.
I was in Sassy from 2009 to 2013. So it was somewhere in that time frame. I think we met at Event Profit Secrets.
Yeah. And we talked about it then, but it just wasn't time, In fact, I think you and I did some bartering because you were helping me out on something, I was helping you out on something. So to see you at this point is just really, really great. Like I said, I got so excited about having you come. I didn't even realize it was national TV talk show host. I was like, oh my God, well, I'm going to have her anyway. So we've got to get someone else on, but I wanted to bring you on, say thank you so much. And if you ever want to come to TV, think about me. Okay, honey.
Well, who else am I going to think about, Raven? Like, there isn't anybody else to think about.
Oh, you're amazing. Any final thing you want to say, as well as give people a way to contact you?
Yeah, sure. The only final thing I want to say is be adventurous, be brave, be in a state of wonder. Like, I wonder what else could happen. I wonder what else could happen if I put myself out there on TV. I wonder what else could happen if I worked with Raven. I wonder what else could happen if I decided to sell whatever I'm building, right? Just stay in a state of wonder, because that's where we have the most access to innovation and ideas and to being able to impact things. And you can find out more about me by, you can just go right to wickedlysmartwomen.com. That'll access my podcast, or you can go to wealthylifementor.com. That's the role that I play in my business, is I am the Wealthy Life Mentor, and I help people to get to the truth of their real desires so that they can accept and actualize them with real clarity and confidence, and be able to get some cash flow out of it too. So
and yeah, rock it. You guys, let's give her a hand. Congratulate her again. Yes,
congratulations on your People's Choice Award. That's awesome.
Thank you so much for having me, Raven. Have a great day, everyone.
Rhonda, come on down, Melody. We got to get her on. She's got to get off. She's got 2 minutes. Rhonda, tell us about your show. You're new to Raven TV. We're proud to have you. I hate your time is short, but give us what you got.
Rhonda Liebig, woo!
Yeah, we're going live in a couple minutes here in the Fresh Inspiration Show, which is a show I established a few years ago. I didn't want to be alone in this world, in this health and wellness. So I'm a holistic wellness coach, and I decided to start something that really motivated people. And I was like thinking, what's that word that I'm thinking about? It has to be fresh. It has to be inspiring. So I started bringing my best friends on stage and saying, hey, let's lock arms and let's support people all over the place. So we do this thing every single month where we have motivational people that come on and we record them. And we do like people who are running business, but it's all about people that come on that run from the heart.
Yeah.
The community that comes together, people that are feeling stressed, overwhelmed, looking for ways to really bring up the frequency. So I'm having so much fun, Raven. I'm so happy I'm with you. You have our podcast. You have us on TV because I have a professional editor that gets in there, brings this 4-hour show into like 30 minutes to an hour show, depending on what we get to capture. And so we get to have all these angles, and I love it. I love being with you, my tenacious mama. So I love calling you Raven.
Thank you. And you know, we're starting our online radio station next week as well. That's part of the launch of the agency. So you're going to be on radio. And the thing about that is, you know, being on internet radio, you're on a playlist, and it's just going from one show to another. And we mixed it up with some smooth jazz. And you guys will find out how to, you know, plug into us. But tell us how to plug into you, because we got to, I know, get you out of here, girl.
I know. Okay, so if you go to thefreshinspirationshow.com, that's where you'll find us. You'll find ways to connect, to find out how to be on the show, find out how to get connected with us so that you can learn more about even being a speaker on the show. I thank you so much, and thank you. I gotta go, but I love everybody. Thank you
for
for
being
doing
on.
this.
We really appreciate it, Rhonda. Good luck.
All right, thank
Bye,
you.
Rhonda.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We have Barkley back, and I know Ida is supposed to be scheduled to go too, so I forget if it was Ida or Barkley, but take one of them. And Barkley's showing up under his wife's name, Priscilla, but he's here.
All right. Well, next we have
Well,
Barkley.
yeah, I'm not Priscilla. She's much.
Let me change. I can change
part of it.
Yeah.
Am I on?
Yeah, Barkley, you're up. You're up. Tell us
Okay.
about you. What is the name of your show?
Well, I was one of the first people, I hope I was one of the first people, when Raven brought on, she had the amazing Women of Power, and then she asked to bring in men. And so I came along.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
So my history is, Raven and I go back a long way, but I joined the company in 1972. That was founded by W. Clement Stone, and he had a philosophy of a positive mental attitude. And I became a sponge in the large ocean of knowledge about a positive mental attitude. And since that time, I've had several businesses. Raven will tell you, I gave, I think it was 200 Think and Grow Rich books one Christmas to the company I was with.
Wow.
And
great book.
How many of y'all have read Think and Grow Rich?
Woo! I have.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow. That's great. But I left the insurance business and started 3 businesses. And with Raven, my show was called Connecting to Your Greatness. My belief is that we're all born with a seed of greatness. However, we're so busy doing all the things to keep our head above water, most of us never plant that seed and we never develop it. And it's because they don't know, or they don't think they have any value. They don't have any special skills. God didn't touch them in a special way. And my job with my show was, for 7 years on the radio, is trying to help people. I got to talk to Joy, because she sounded like a sister of mine or something. But anyway, it gave me an opportunity to share a lot of that with a lot of people. I do not know how many listened, but I felt like at least I was sharing information and knowledge to help people find their greatness, because we all have greatness. And you guys have found that. I'm listening here and I'm inspired. But I left Raven. I didn't leave. I've taken a sabbatical. I don't know what it.
A pause. Taking a little pause.
I put on pause. Melody, thank you so much. But now I'm ready to get back and share the wealth of knowledge that I have. I am an advocate of a lot of different things. I talk a lot about self-talk, how you talk to yourself that nobody ever hears, but you hear it. you say 90% the things you do in the day are quietly with between your ears. And the other 10% doing what we're doing now. I'm out here talking. So that's how do you change a person from negative to positive? How do you realize the greatness that you have? How do you decide to have a definiteness of purpose that moves the world? Raven's done that. You guys are all examples of she shared with you her journey from time when she was back in Ohio going down to the radio station. How many have heard that story?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So I'm probably going to stick with connecting to your greatness, and I'm thinking about how I'm going to bring people in to share what they've done and what they're doing to contribute to the world. And we need positive people like Raven and like all of you guys. My electricity went off. I had to change my laptop died 3 or 4 times. That's why I was in and out.
Oh,
and Priscilla said, well, take mine. So here I am. So,
I love Priscilla.
Glad you're here.
Try to get her on too. Love you, Priscilla.
she's back teaching.
Oh yeah. And Melody, I don't know if you know this or any of you that are here. I know a few of the hosts know that Barkley was my boss for years. He's the first person to put Think and Grow Rich and what was Og Mandino's book on the greatest salesman?
Greatest salesman in the world, yes.
And
Og Mandino's got tremendous. Is anybody familiar with Simon Sinek?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kyle,
Yeah.
I say that to people and they look at me with a blank face. I've been trying to follow him now for about 5 years. He's awesome.
Yeah.
No, I did not know he was your boss.
Yeah, he was my boss for.
So how was she as an employee?
How was
He was great. She was
to learn, right?
Yeah, and you could tell her something one time and you'd say like, listen, and she'll tell you the story about hearing a bird in the background and how she got to talking about a bird with some prospect on the phone and sold them.
Yeah.
So,
Sure did. Yeah, I learned a lot from Barkley. You guys always have to stop, and I always give God the glory first. But this man right here is why I am the way I am. He instilled so much in the mindset. So please listen to Connecting to Your Greatness. He hasn't moved to TV yet. We're pushing him out there. He's had it, but like he said, he's taking a pause. And I told you it'd be worth it if you showed up today on National Talk Show Host Day.
You're an example of what I'm talking about. I think you had the seed. All I did was fertilize it a little bit somehow. I mean, you read the books, you applied the principles, so you've done it all. But I was just lucky enough to had a book that I gave you that made such a big difference.
Yeah.
You know, when I think of listening to you, the word that comes to my mind is gratitude. What we're grateful for, and thinking about what we're all grateful for. And that's what brings out your greatness too. So I love it.
So Marsha, when people listen to your show, what will they hear? I mean, well, I know you're revamping it, but what are some of the things they can look forward to is basically what
it's like an onion. We'll peel away all the junk and the stupid stuff and find that seed that makes you great. And that's a lot of it. One of the first things I try to do is talk about tolerations. I'm a certified coach. I was Thomas J. Leonard started Coach U in 1993, and I was the 13th person that joined.
Wow.
And then he sold Coach U to another person, and he started Coachville. Do anybody know Thomas J. Leonard?
I know him from the Coach U.
Yeah, that's right. So I use a lot of the coaching strategies of asking questions and finding things like that. One of the first things I deal with is tolerations. What are you tolerating? People don't realize how tolerations steal your energy, your time, and in many ways slap you around. So finding peace by taking care of the tolerations. People just don't recognize the things they put up with in life that's not necessary. And that was one of the first things that I really talk to people about, because if they can take care of some of the things they've been tolerating that's toxic, that takes their energy away, that takes their peace of mind away, they begin to grow so quickly because they're light. They're not heavy. They've been carrying a burden on their shoulders in many cases. And now all of a sudden they say, I can't believe this. This is crazy. Just by doing a couple of things.
Wow.
Okay, I've talked too long.
That's okay. We love you. But anyway, Barkley.
No, that's because when you tolerate, over-tolerate, you're not productive.
What'd you say, Melody?
I'm saying when you tolerate too much, when you're tolerating things that really you shouldn't be doing, you're wasting your time, you're not productive.
Yeah.
And learn how
it's toxic, but people don't understand it's toxic.
No, it is.
And
it's not helping them.
They find out where they get their, I try to ask them, where do they get their energy? And so many people find their energy in negative sources.
Yeah.
That's where they get their, and they don't realize that they're using that to get them going.
Yep,
And it's toxic. It's toxic. We try to talk about finding the good juices that get you going, because and the good juices are a lot stronger than the bad juices.
Yeah.
Well,
Eleanor, you keep nodding.
What, Barkley?
Eleanor's nodding. I'm she's in the middle of my screen, so it's like I'm talking directly to her.
Well, look at this, you guys. I want to show you this before we let Barkley go. Let's see. How about that?
Wow, look at that. Whoa. Yesterday, right?
I had hair.
That was back in my
yeah. That was at an awards banquet. She probably was getting one of the top awards, of course.
Yeah, my first award from PDW. Yep.
That's going down memory lane.
Yeah. Well, Barkley, it's great having you back in action. I'm so excited. I hope Priscilla will do her show soon too. You and I got some sessions we'll be working together. I'll see you in class on Saturday for a launch your TV show. And by the way, you should have got an email last night with week 3. And the one thing, maybe you can share before you go, your favorite talk show host from TV that you watched coming up or something.
Milton Berle.
Oh, I remember him. Berle. What did you like best about Milton?
Did he even have a talk show?
I just had in June. I had my 79th birthday, so happy
birthday!
Wow.
So I'm the oldest. I'm probably person that Raven has anywhere, so that's good.
Hey, well, I'm catching up there with you. But I love you. We got to go ahead and get the rest of the people on. Thank you so much. I love that picture. I got to put it on my wall of us. It reminds me of the good old days and all that I learned from you. Thank you for being such a valuable person in my life, and someone that I've learned so much from. I couldn't have done none of what I have accomplished without God first and you second. Thank you, Barkley Fisher. Everybody say, yay, Barkley!
Yay, Barkley! Woo-hoo-hoo!
Thank you.
Bye, Barkley.
Bye.
All right, so Melody, who's next?
I know that we have some different people going. I know Ida is on a time crunch right now.
Yeah,
so we're going to go ahead with Ida and Ida Crawford. So thank you, Ida, for being on here. And we're going to love to hear from you about what you have, what your talk show is, and all about your background. So you take it away.
Thank you so much, ladies, for having me. This has been amazing. I am just honored to be among such greatness. So thank you. Well, my show is called Just Minding My Business.
Okay.
And basically, I interview an array of people that have magnificent gifts in every area, such as coaches, authors, performers. So I get to to interview people that are doing many different things. And what I love about it is I get to learn so much from these amazing people. I didn't even see myself doing this. This was not on my to-do list, to say the least.
Oh, we're
But
happy you're here. We're happy you're doing it.
yes, but I am enjoying the guests that I have so much. My podcast is international, which I am grateful for, and also grateful to be a part of the Raven International network, and also grateful to be getting ready to launch my own TV network, which is called Mindset Movers TV.
And
So
I have
I'm
Ida's picture up. It'll say Raven, but that's Ida. See how pretty
Yes.
it is? And we're really excited. Ida is also one of our agents, 10X Visibility agents in the Profitable Podcaster Agency. And one of the products that we have is get a TV channel branded in your name. Ida, she dived right in. She said, I want my own channel. And Ida, are you excited or what, girlfriend?
oh my God, I'm beyond excited. I
Yeah,
am beyond excited.
we're excited. We've had your channel up for just a couple weeks now. And tell them what the name of the channel is again.
It's called Mindset Movers TV, and it's going to be a platform where the people that are going to be on it are going to be all about educating, inspiring, and empowering our audience to be better in their skin. Simple as that.
Yeah, love that. Absolutely love that. And love having you as part of the family. You've been with us for a while and left for a little bit, came back home because I called you and said, okay, I think you might want to come back. We got some good things coming. You can be on TV. She said, TV? I'm back. How much? How much? And then we went from that, oh, okay, we figured out a way where all hosts can make some money without doing the work. She said, how much? Then I said, oh, yeah, I think we got a way where people can go ahead and have their own channel and I'll help them build it like mine. She said, how much? How much?
Ready. She's ready.
Yeah, Ida. So we've gone the journey, haven't we?
Yes, we have, and it's been an amazing journey. And some of it has been fearful because, you know how it is when new comes. You're being a positive person, I believe in pushing through afraid. But I knew that with Raven in my corner, there's no room for failure, number one. Number two, anytime I have a question, she makes sure that I get that question answered. So I am just grateful to have a mentor like Raven, who is very personable and very accommodating. So thank you so much, Raven, for being there for me.
Yeah, well, you're so welcome. Now let's go back to your show real quickly. Tell us, when they listen to your show on Raven TV Network, is it Just Minding My Business, correct?
Yes.
What can they expect? And just tell us maybe one memorable guest, and then share with everybody how they can find you.
Oh, okay. Well, all of my guests are so amazing and memorable.
Yeah.
It's just hard to single one out.
Okay, well,
But I just want to single out one, and his name is Darius, the Professor Wise.
Okay.
When I first met him, he does with the neuroscience arena as well. And when I first met him, he just made such a difference in my life that I couldn't wait to have him on in order to share that with my audience. And basically, he has a book. It's called What Are You Thinking? And he helps people to pay attention to what they're thinking. And he has really been a really instrument for me. He probably doesn't know that, but I'm here to say it now, that he's been very instrumental in my life in making sure that I pay attention to my thoughts. Because a lot of times we think things and thoughts come in pairs, negative and positive. of course, but we have to pay attention which side of the spectrum we're leaning on. And working with him has really, every time I think about something, I think of him, because it's like, okay, he's made me be more conscious and intentional to pay attention to my own thoughts. So Darius, thank you so much for that.
I think I've heard that interview. It was a great interview. Yeah.
Yes.
You're really good. Melody, we're going to send her off in about 1 or 2 minutes. I'm going to let you get some things in there. And I'm going to take my meds before I go crazy on y'all. The black woman with a hat without her meds, that don't mix. I'll be
Raven, at the same time, if you can, put your volume up a little bit too. I think your volume's a little low.
okay.
So I love it. So Ida, this is great. And it sounds like it's a wonderful program that you have. What I love is that these programs are not only on podcasts, but they're TV, but hopefully you're doing this. So you're putting them on all the different avenues that you can go, different platforms, but you're transcribing them too, because they can be put into articles and blogs for you as well. So make sure you transcribe all your interviews. And guess what? When I had a talk show years and years ago with my twin sister, Double Trouble Talk Show, we took all of our top interviews and we put them into a book. You have a book on your top interviews. So you multi-use the things that you have. So there's a lot of purposing you can do with this. So do you find that you're doing that for yourself right now, Ida?
Absolutely. Actually, I did one with Raven where I took an interview and had it transcribed and put it into a book. And that became bestseller. So already done that. So yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I'm definitely exploring possibilities.
I love it. Well, what are the last thoughts that you can give to all of us for somebody that's going to get into one of their podcasts, what to do, how to get started? What's a suggestion? And then again, what Raven asked, who's your favorite podcaster?
Okay. Well, basically, when I first started, I knew zero. But because I didn't know anything, didn't keep me from doing it. Because what I've learned along the way is in order to learn, you have to be in action. You can't read about it. You can read about it, but you got to really be more about it. And that way you end up learning all the nuances that are involved with doing whatever it is you choose to do. And my favorite, I really don't have a favorite talk show host, honestly. Like the other lady mentioned, I'm not a TV watcher. So I can't really think. I do like Oprah. And I like some of the guests that she bring on her show. So I guess to pick one, I guess it would be Oprah and definitely Raven. I like her authenticity and her keeping it real attitude that she has.
I love it. Thank you. Tell us how people can get in touch with you.
My website is jmmbbmediallc.com.
Go ahead and repeat that.
jmmbbmediallc.com.
Great. Well, thank you for being on. We appreciate it. We know you're going to do fabulous on your new channel too. That's great. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You know we love you for sure.
Love you back.
We need to get Eleonora on here.
Yeah, Eleonora's our next person. Eleonora Tina Webb is coming up, and Eleonora is she is incredible in her own realm. I'm going to let her tell you all about her. But I met her quite a few, about a year and a half ago, I think it was, quite a few months ago, where we were at a certain program, and the two of us decided, hey, we really resonated. Let's do something together. And so she is just a firecracker, and I love her. So I'm going to have her tell her story. So go ahead, Eleonora, tell us all about you.
This is so funny. In fact, the last time we saw each other, we wore comparable colors.
I would think the same thing.
What is this?
It's a great minds think alike, Eleonora.
It's an honor to be here. And thank you, Raven, for facilitating this and so much more. You're the type of person I value most. I love everyone. Independent of who they are, where they come from, and what their trajectory is. What I value most are individuals who choose to be servant leaders. And that's the essence of what I'm experiencing with you. You see yourself being in a place to facilitate other people to get to that place that The gentleman that spoke earlier, who was your advisor at one point, I don't think he ever thought he was your boss. I think he thought he was your partner. Barclay said, your essence is to engage and make space for people. And I honor that. And it's a compliment to what all of us are doing. What I have had the opportunity to do in my short life of 62 years plus a few days is to be an instrument of a source that's much greater than me. I don't even know what that source is. I just know it's a great mystery, a great spirit. It's the essence of why everything is. From a little child to now, I understand even more so now. I understood it very clearly when I was a kid, but even more so now, that my responsibility is to life itself. And so whether it was working in higher education for almost 40 years in the UC system at Riverside and at Berkeley, at Stanford University, in community college districts, Contra Costa District, Peralta Community College District, with Silicon Valley firms as a consultant, and now as a retiree after having been a college president, now the leader of my firm called Signature Solutions Corporate Result. It's always about adding value. And so I have been very fortunate throughout my life. From that little kid who was harmed, born to a 13-year-old, was a foster kid in Los Angeles, didn't know where I was going, but I knew that my circumstances didn't define me. And so now, fast forward, I have a show. It's called Lead Live, LEAD. In fact, you can find out information about it at leadlivenow.com. And LEAD stands for Leadership, Excellence, and Achievement on Demand. Because just like many of the folks who spoke before me, brilliant individuals, men and women, women and men, there's an essence within each one of us that is, when we tap into it, we find our greatness. Independent of where we're at, whether we're in a physical prison of our own making, or whether we're on a luxury lot or yacht, we are all great. We come from greatness. But that doesn't mean that we understand what that means. And so I'm working with teams of individuals, for example, to help more folks understand their real wealth. And wealth as is defined by these 5 key areas: faith, family, fun, fitness, and finance. Because the finance is a means to facilitate getting to that real greatness of a healthy, rewarding family, of a healthy body, a temple within which our spirit resides. Our spirit resides beyond this temple as well. And that's why it's so important to understand the value of fun that was referenced earlier.
Well, I think that's fabulous, Elnora. That is so great. And isn't she a powerhouse? I mean, really, she has the best program, Lead Live. Go to leadlivenow.com. She's got everything going for her. Now, let's see Raven, what did you say? What is her best podcast? Who do you like the best as a podcaster?
Yeah,
or
well,
TV show host?
Talk show host, yeah.
Yeah, I humbly speaking, I don't do enough review to be able to say that. But I remember being a little girl and being inspired by someone. Actually, I wasn't a little girl, I was a young lady. And because what he did what was just mentioned by the other brilliant woman before me. He focused on his authenticity. He was not talking about authenticity. He was just out there. That was Mike Douglas. It was like people show, and he went wherever his intuitive faculties took him. And that's one of our highest mental tool, our intuition. Most of us think it's a feeling sense. It's actually an intellectual sense. And because of that predisposition, what he got out of his guests was brilliance. And what he got out of his audience was brilliance. And literally, I would say my formula for my show complements that. It's about engaging the audience in a way that they get to reveal who they are, however they want to do, through questions and comments, and engaging them with a guest who brings his or her own leadership expertise to the table to talk about the essence of what we all have, and that it always begins and ends with mindset. And mindset is more than just the brain, because the mind's in every cell of the body and it literally vibrates outside the body. So we don't even know where the mind really is. But we also know that there's a conscious and a subconscious mind, and that 95 to 99% of what we do on a daily basis is driven by that subconscious mind.
Oh, yeah.
Feeling mind. And I'll say this last thing, that is the heart connection. And the heart actually sends more signals to the brain than the reverse. So when we understand the power of our heart to literally be the solution, to resolve, to create, wow, step back.
Step back.
I love it. It goes to the brain. That's fabulous. Thank you.
Absolutely.
She's wonderful. That's wonderful. So again, you want to say how everybody can connect with you?
Leadlivenow.com.
Leadlivenow.com. Thank you, Elnora. Really appreciate you being on. Did you want to say something, Raven?
Before you bring Sally on yet, she has to go. But I want to say to Eleanor, I'm glad that you and I got a chance to meet, and we will definitely stay in connection and find out more about you. Love to have you on my show. And I know that I can just see Barclays just thinking, I got to have her on my show the minute you went to mine. So I'm sure you'll be hearing from him too. Thank you, Eleanor, and congratulations on your show and your success.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Elnora. Love you. Thank you. Okay, great. Well, we have Sally Page on here now. So Sally, we're going to have you come up, and I'm glad you were able to make it onto the show too. I would love to hear back from you because I know you've got to go really fast. So we'll get you getting started. So tell us a little bit about your background. Sally, we can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Unmute Sally.
She's unmuted, but we can't hear her.
Oh, Sally, your microphone doesn't.
Now you're muted. You just muted yourself.
Unmute Sally, and just say.
So unmute. It's still muted.
This is the technical stuff we love for sure. Okay, Sally, call me on my phone and we'll mute you out. You'll have to talk that way because for some reason your mic isn't picking up.
Yeah, she put herself back on mute. She needs to unmute that, hopefully.
She's going to call me. So Sally's going to give me a call and then we'll put her on here. So give me a call, Sally.
Do you want to go to the next person or do you want to wait for Sally?
No, I'm really trying to get her on.
Okay.
If she doesn't call me, I'll call her. Hey, if you guys are just joining us, we are celebrating National TV Talk Show Host Day. I'm Raven Blair Glover. My beautiful co-host is none other than Melanie Keemer Harper. And we are glad you are here checking us out. If you want to find out more about Raven International Broadcast Media Empire, which incorporates Raven TV, Amazing Women and Men of Power podcast and radio station, and the brand new Profitable Podcaster and Broadcaster Agency for those of you that want to make some money, honey. All that and more right here. Just contact me, send an email to talkshowmaven@gmail.com. That's talkshowmaven@gmail.com. Or hit me up on Facebook, Raven Blair Glover. We got Sally on the phone. So Sally, tell us about your show. I'm going to let Melody talk to you. We're glad you're here. I know you're revamping, but go ahead and tell us about your show.
And everyone, I'm so happy to have the chance to speak with you today. It's an honor to be here.
Uh-oh, hold on. I just hit emergency. I just cut her off. Could you guys hear her? Okay.
Yeah, it's like, it should be higher, a little higher volume.
It's on the phone. It's not going to get any higher. Let me call her right back. Okay. So one thing that you do as a talk show host, everyone, you learn to ad lib. Go ahead.
Yes. And have phone numbers handy.
Here with everyone today. I just want to thank Raven for getting me on this program today. My show is called Healing Your Sacred Feminine, and it talks about healing in a deep and different way. I've been a medical intuitive for 16 years, and I work with consciousness and the spiritual aspects of healing. And as I've done this year after year, I've noticed patterns develop where I see what causes people to really get stuck in their healing process. What causes someone to get disease so that it turns into something significant like cancer or heart disease or breast cancer? And it's that we have shut down part of our infinite spirit of love, which is the true core of who we are. We have shut down some part of connecting with the truth of our soul, our inner voice, which is so necessary to live fully, to be healthy, and to really be on track with a life that matters, that feels fulfilled, that allows you to really give the love to yourself first and to everyone in the world that you're here to give love to. This is something that all of humanity needs. These are very feminine qualities, but it's very deep within the feminine. And with the feminine, I talk a lot about the womb, because if we are going to manifest a love-based reality, a reality in our life where we are living our purpose, our passion, and our inspiration, we need to heal that inner relationship with ourself, our heart, and our soul. And part of that healing is, for women, is their womb. And for men, it's understanding their powers as well. But for women, we've been more shut down and not honoring that power. But if we look at our chakra system, the womb is the seat of our soul. The heart speaks the truth of our higher connection, our divine connection, or our creative universal God connection, whatever your spiritual preferences are. But it's the heart and the womb, when they work together, women become powerful creators of love in the world. And I spent a long time on sabbatical, going very deep into this exploration, because when I first spoke to Raven about getting on the show, I'm like, I've got a whole pelvic prolapse problem I've got to deal with. I'm set up to have 4 surgeries to reconstruct prolapse in my pelvis. I've got to take a little time off. I've got to get myself really healed and ready. And through all of this, what I've learned is that we have such an extraordinary ability to heal. And as a healer, scheduling surgery was not my first choice. I'm like, there's a deeper message, there's a deeper wisdom and learning here for me. So gratefully, I was given 2 months before they could get me into this surgery. And during those 2 months, I really went deep. I studied, I worked on my inner self. I really reached out to other people, and I also reached deep within to see, where am I not in alignment? Because I'm a spiritual person. I thought I was very aligned. And what I learned is we always have more areas to grow, more areas to go deeper. But what I've learned from this is that we are called to go much deeper into our spiritual self, our inner self, and really explore the depth of wisdom that is calling from our heart and soul to be expressed through us in the most loving ways. And if you look at the world and what's going on, we have such chaos and upheaval. What if we woke up every day and we said, how can I serve and express love to the people around me? How can I deliver what I do with the greatest inspiration and passion and caring? We would start healing disease like crazy, because disease is when we suppress all that in ourselves because we're not connected with it. We're not consciously aware of it. We are afraid to express it, or we don't know how to express it. And so many times we have to heal the fear to express the love. So these are the things that I do. So beyond my medical intuitive work, I've also taken on coaching, because I feel like that mental, conscious, spiritual, physical connection to really live your joy is essential to heal.
It
and that
absolutely
makes
is.
a difference.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If you get a group of 10 people and 5 of them connect with their spirit, really embrace the love in their life, learn the lessons of what isn't going right, and really go deep, and they're willing to face their fears and heal their stuff, they're going to have a very different outcome than the group of people who just take the medicine and go see the doctors.
Look, well, let me ask you this.
Do that.
Barry. So hold on a second. Let me ask you this because you brought up some good things. So when people tune into your show, I know you're revamping it. What are some things? Give us three, because we got to get the next person on. But give us three best bullet points that people could pull from the show.
The best bullet points are that you are an infinite spirit of love. And when you tap into that unstoppable spirit of love, you find healing through learning your lessons, the life lessons.
Number two, what's the second one?
The second one is that you matter. You are given incredible gifts that when expressed with love can change your life, that can change your world, that can change your health. You matter and you are needed.
And the third one?
Spread love everywhere you go. Spread gratitude everywhere you go. And spread joy everywhere you go, because it will change your life, your health, and the world.
Love it. What is your favorite or was your favorite talk show host? TV talk show host?
I have always loved Oprah.
Yeah.
What I love about Oprah is she took down barriers of really helping people get the support to grow at all levels when other people weren't doing it. That wasn't help. Self-help talk shows weren't popular when Oprah did it. I think she really broke the ground there. And I love that she was always willing to also dive into the spiritual side of it, which I think is really important. We are in a place on the planet where we need that spiritual growth. So I really respect that she opened the door for so many of us to do something that really matters to us.
Yeah, so important, so important. Would you mind sharing again, Sally? Because when you first said it, it was kind of hard to understand. It sounded a little bit muddled with the phone. The name, the healing your, I didn't catch the whole thing.
Sacred feminine.
Your sacred feminine. Okay.
Yeah. Sacred feminine. Thank you for sharing that. So healing your sacred feminine. And how can people get a hold of you if they want to get in touch with you?
Okay. I think you guys were both talking at the same time.
Facebook. I have a Facebook membership site called Sacred Womb Revolution. And that's WOMB, not wound, but womb revolution. Because that's a powerhouse for women to embrace that. And I also have a website called Sally Page Awakening.
Love it. Well, thank you for, hanging in there, because I know it has not been a smooth road. It's just almost like you enrolled and then, everything went left. But, I'm always thinking about you.
Life has its journeys. And if we go into our heart and soul, those journeys will teach us something. So
yeah,
I've been on a journey so that I can share my journey to inspire others. So
well, it's your time to shine, and you got your radio show, your podcast, radio station. Internet radio show, and your TV show. So we want to get you going, bring all that to the world. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us. Good luck. Thank you for being on the phone. Hi, Sally. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey, Raven, Ida's been so patient. Let's get Ida next, shall we?
We had Ida.
I don't mean Ida, Jolie.
Yeah. It's time for Jolie.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Raven, for having me. Thank you, Melody. Appreciate it.
DeMarco, last name DeMarco.
Yep.
Thank you.
A little bit Italian in me.
Tell us a little bit about your background.
I'm an author, an international author, metaphysical expert, a professional intuitive, and I actually wrote about 8 books and have 2 retail stores. My show is going to be called All Things Metaphysical, so everybody's touching on a little bit of stuff there about spiritualism. I'm actually going to love to share and teach you. So we're going to do a little interactive stuff too. Certain subjects such as crystal healing. I love crystals. Here.
Yeah.
Crystal healing and how the frequencies work with your body to help you adjust and balance things that you need or help you release things in your life. I'm also going to go into a subject called soul talking. A soul talking technique is how you connect your subconscious and your conscious together as one. So this way life gets easier. and how to release things as well, doing that technique. And then one of my favorites is talking about 5 different methods of meditation, because there are different types of meditation that you can do. I think Barkley was talking a little bit about meditation, but there are 5 different ways. You don't have to be so closed eyes and you can have a working out meditation. It gets you the same high vibration. So I'm about teaching you your frequency and how to raise your frequency to a higher level. So each day we have a certain frequency when we wake up, but we're able to change it through our thoughts, through our feelings, through our meditations, and other little exercises. And then my last really big deal that I'd love to teach and share with everyone is how to connect to your innate intuitiveness. Since we all have this intuitive abilities, psychic abilities, basically I call it our senses are heightened and awakened. And so I like to teach people some psychic games. It's really kind of cool and fun when you start learning how to use your own personal power and also powers from sources above and beyond to connect with that energy and to be able to use that in your everyday life, and just that inner knowing, giving you peace and trust in your life. So it's really kind of fun. I'm going to take you through a whole little journey and modalities of things here that connect you to your higher self and connecting you to your soul in a positive way. So
I love that.
Julie, what do you like best about doing your show?
Oh gosh, everything. No, best about my show is teaching. I love to share and teach how to do different little, fun little exercises or techniques and exercises that people can use in their everyday life that are simple. They're not like, long drawn out things. It's just like real quick, we could do this and we could do that. So it's fun.
Yeah. And Jolie has been doing Facebook Lives for a while. She's going to be taking some of what she did there and some new stuff as she finished up training, and actually be launching her TV show on Raven TV within the next 3 weeks or so. So we're excited about that. And then of course we'll have the podcast and radio network as well, online radio show as well. And I just love, when I look at your crystals, I want you to tell us about 1 or 2 of those real quickly. Can you, in about 2 minutes? And then we'll on.
Big one here. It's a little bit dark, but it's purple. It's called amethyst. So this is one that's like most common. It comes from Brazil and Uruguay. This crystal is known for helping people sleep and relax, gives them positive energy, and opens your intuitiveness. Another one that's another popular one. I don't know if you can see. This is actually a light pink quartz, and it's actually called a point, but it's a generator point. So this generates more energy of the frequency, and it pulls it into the room or the space that you're in. So if it's in your own frequency, meaning around my body or around my aura, electromagnetic field around my body, it's going to help me increase my energy for love, because it's unconditional love and compassion. This crystal brings those vibrations. So it's really kind of fun. Yeah, you learn each one of these little crystals.
What's that one in front of you? It's a big orange one that's lit up. What's that one?
This is a Himalayan salt crystal. So you can see it's lit up. Yep. So,
that's like a fire. This looks like fire in it.
Yeah. No, it's actually really cool. A lot of people don't know this about salt crystal lamps, Himalayan salt crystal lamps. If they're not heated, they don't actually change the ions in the air, because they're good for us to breathe in. And so when they're heated is when it gives off what we call the negative ions, which are positive for us, and change the air to have cleaner, fresher air for us. And if you had allergies, it's really good for that. But it's a crisper feeling in the air. And all these little things I love to share with people and teach them. And on the show, All Things Metaphysical on Raven International TV is where I'll be.
When you think about talk show hosts, what comes to mind other than Oprah? Because I know everybody thinks.
Oh, Oprah Schmopra. I like Raven the best. Raven's my number 1. My number two, I'll have to say, I like Ellen, because she's very like fun, and I like when she dances. Yeah, she's cool, man. I like her. And man, I always dreamed I would be on her show, but maybe someday I'll get there if they're still having it.
We're together on that one, Jolie.
Maybe you can find the connection of Ellen and what you're doing and invite her to your show. Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to have Ellen on my show. Come on down, Ellen.
That was a great interview you did with Jolie. And I know you got to go, Melanie. So I'm going to close the show with Raven TV star, none other than the bomb herself. I'm talking about LaWanna Parker. So to the first question.
Romance.
Romance. Oh boy. I am the queen or the ambassador of romance reading. I absolutely love it. And as I mentioned before, I've got over 10,000 books. And that even doesn't even count what I have on Amazon, because I do have over 1,000 over there on Amazon. But I just love reading romance stories. And I could tell you, oh my gosh, the places I have been, the things I've experienced. Oh,
Well, you know, your program is on the courage to live your business, right? Your live.
live your
Your
dreams.
dreams. Okay, the courage to live your dreams. And that sounds really fabulous. And that kind of leads into what your romance is. And you said something, Raven, earlier too, that why doesn't she do a romance one, right?
Right, right. Yeah, before we were cut off, or during the time we were cut off, I was asking LaWanna, why don't she do that? Because why don't you go ahead and have a second show? Because we're launching our internet radio station. We need good programming. And I really think you reading a book to your audience and having them get the same book, and y'all just read maybe different passions from it, what do you call it, passages from it, and talk about it, would be a really added addition to the Amazing Women and Men of Power radio station playlist. But I want to talk about the courage to live your dreams, because if you guys have not checked this show out, Melanie, you, first of all, LaWanna, you need to have Melody on your show, and Melody vice versa. But you will love this show, Melody, and all of you, because she has the most interesting guests, and they share their story, and they talk about how they had the courage, how they had to fight for the courage. I listened to it quite a bit, and I just hope you keep on keeping on. I know you tried to stop a couple of times, but she'll tell you, I will not let you go. But you just, what keeps you hanging on?
She's got that hook going.
Yes,
Yeah.
she does. You know, the one they used to use to pull people off the stage. Well, she
Absolutely.
pulls you back on.
Yeah. But we love having your show. What keeps you keeping on, even though sometimes you get the feeling that maybe it's time for you to let it go?
Actually, because I enjoy sharing knowledge. I enjoy speaking. I enjoy bringing things to people that will help them grow. And I have this thing with confidence that I think is so important. There's so many people who have missed out because of that confidence situation. We don't have the confidence to go and do something. We have this thing talking to us. You can't do that. I used to do a speech in which I hit this fan, and on one side was an angel, and the other side was the devil. Or you could say the devil's on the left shoulder and the angel's on the right, and the devil is shouting at you, stay where you are. You're safe here. You can't do that. Who cares about what you have to say? Forget about it. And the angel's over here, yes, you can.
You can do it. You can do it.
But the devil is so loud that
Yeah.
you don't hear the angel speaking to you. So the devil 9 times out of 10 is going to win the argument. We have to learn to get quiet so we can hear what the angel is telling us, because all of us have the capability to do the things that we want to. It wouldn't be in our mind if we didn't have that ability. And I honestly believe God gives us those gifts. But as someone said earlier, we don't know how to recognize them.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even sometimes know that we have them. And I've been in that situation. And over time, your gifts do change.
Yeah, they do. They do.
That's where Les Brown always says that the riches are in the graveyards with people, all their wonderful gifts that they have that have never been given to the world. So
Absolutely.
That confidence, see that you said that confidence makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Having the confidence.
LaWanna, what do you like best about having your show? Your own show where you are the Oprah for that moment.
I like the fact that I'm in charge of my show, and I get to speak on the things that I love to talk about. And sometimes when if I don't have a guest, and I found an article I think that's going to be a benefit to people, I'll share that with them. I'll pick the main points, and then I'll talk about that with the audience. One of these days, I may try that live so that I can have the audience interact with me and ask questions and things.
Well, you
But
know,
for
we can go
now,
live now on our on Raven TV, so you can just set that up with Chris when you're ready. It's a small charge, but it's hardly anything. Just let him know, and we can take you live. Yeah, absolutely. From Zoom to Roku to Amazon Fire and I don't know 10 or 15 other places. So just let us know when you're ready to do that, and you can take calls and different things like that. Your favorite talk show host of all times?
of all time, it's going to be you, Raven. I'm sorry, everybody else out there. Before Raven, I honestly was not interested in any of the talk shows.
Oh, wow.
They just were not on my radar, okay? And accidentally finding you on the internet was amazing to me. I just was riveted. I had to watch several of your interviews. But the big thing was when I was at this conference and I stepped back on somebody's foot and it turns out to be you.
What a coincidence.
Yes, it was. Who would have thought? I mean, I never even heard of her 2 weeks before I went to that conference. And I'm watching her on the internet and really admiring her. And then I go to this conference and there she's at the same conference.
That was so
and
amazing.
We've been friends ever since. That's
We
been almost 5 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. And then she came aboard, and never did she know that once she enrolled, she could never leave.
She's got you under her spell.
Yeah.
Oh,
She sends
it's
me
been a
those texts
pleasant
like,
ride. I tell you, Raven was there for me when I lost. Well, I lost my mother just before I met Raven. But when I lost my husband, and then I've lost some other people in the family since then, and she's been very supportive of me and during that. That's part of why I took a hiatus from doing this show and actually considered just dropping altogether. But
it gets to be
Raven
too
was
much
there,
sometimes.
and she encouraged me, no, don't give up. Just take the time you need, and we're here when you're ready to come back. So I appreciate the fact that she's.
Yeah, well, it's
no
easy
other
to do
support better
because-
than Raven.
Oh, thank you. It's easy to do because she has a great show. I mean, I get that from time to time. But when I really know or really feel in my gut, heart and soul that you're at the right place, you're just 3 feet from the goal and all the stuff that can possibly happen. Because it does this too. You guys don't see me behind the scenes, of what I go through to put all the stuff that I do, but it's for a purpose. And here's the thing I want to remind you of, Luana and Melody and all the people that are still tuning in, is that, it's no accident that you're where you are, and you got to trust that. But as a talk show host, just because we're on the internet or we're streaming TV or podcast doesn't make our responsibility any less than someone that we're watching on terrestrial TV or radio. When people take the time to find you and listen to you, you can't let them down like that and just say, I'm going to stop my show. You know what I'm saying? They have now made it a habit, whether it's one person, 5 people, whatever, because when you see me on live stream, I'm not one that had a lot of people listen, but like you said, I would be interviewing 10, 15 people, and I'm acting like there's millions of people listening. And as I get these awards and accolades, it's because I treat one person like I have a million person. I'm still going to give it all my all because I learned along my journey that people that you don't think are watching or listening to you, they are. They are. Trust me.
Absolutely.
And you'll go to places like I know you have, Melody, and I know you have, Luana, where people say, I heard your show. I seen you on live stream, like you and I when we met. And I was really honored when she said, oh, you should have seen her, Melody. She was like, oh. And I was like, we were both like, because she was so
like divine intervention here.
Yes. So I want
it was so embarrassing to step on her foot. I mean, I'm admiring the lady. Just started seeing her a couple of weeks ago, and I really admire her. And then I meet her by stepping on her foot.
And that's
totally meant to be.
Yeah. And the same thing with you, Melanie. We met at Craig's, and we've been connected and stuff. But I want to wrap it up, and thank you, Luana, for sharing. But first, I want to say I want you to share how people can get to know you more and follow you. And then the three of us, let's close it out with just sharing maybe one thing to move someone that's right here. They're right here. They're thinking about maybe not a TV show yet, but a podcast or even a live stream or YouTube. But like you were saying, Luana, they're just holding back. And we got to give them that courage, right, to live their dream. So let's start with you sharing how people can reach you.
Well, you can find me on iHeartRadio under Courage to Live Your Dream. And I'm on Amazon Fire, at least I was.
No.
Gotta get back on there.
You're on Roku and Amazon Fire, and you're now in Amazon Music. So Amazon Music launched a podcast part, so you're there. You're everywhere, but they can also follow you on Facebook and become a social media friend. How?
And they can find me on my blog, Luana'sBlog.com.
Yeah,
come on over there. Yeah. I write some good stuff.
Yeah, she did. She did an article with me when I got my you did was it Obama Award, I think?
Yes, it was the Presidential Achievement Award.
Thank you so much for that. And they can find you under Luana Parker, just like her name is on the screen on Facebook. So Melody, Luana, thank you, Melody, for being my co-host. Thank you, Luana, for being our final guest. We say the last.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. It was an honor being here. And just, if I could say something real fast too, because I would love to reach out with people too. So if anybody would like to talk to me to help you with igniting your speaking power, get out there and make a difference in your life, just connect with melodykimmerharper.com or igniteyourspeakingpower.com. In fact, you go over to my website and there is a free gift for you when you opt in. 7 powerful ways to use your speaking.
Right, you got something coming up when, in November?
Yeah, November 6th through the 8th, I have my boot camp coming, Ignite Your Speaking Power and Marketing Boot Camp. So if you just go to igniteyourspeakingpowerbootcamp.com, you'll find out about that. So igniteyourspeakingpowerbootcamp.com. Love to have you there. If you want to make a difference in your life and impact other people's lives, you need to be there. It'll make a huge difference. This is great, Raven. I loved it. It was super. And Luana, it was nice being with you too, and everybody else.
What one thing can you close out to give people that are at here and they just haven't taken that step to start their show? Let's close off by each of us giving them one motivational step or one encouragement. Luana, you go first, then Melody, then me, and we'll say bye, y'all.
I'm just going to say, just step out there and do it. Fear and all, just step out there and do it.
What do you say, Melody?
I'm going to say, get out of your comfort zone. If you're feeling pain, you're doing something right. So step out of your comfort zone and stretch yourself. You don't grow if you stay inside that little box you're in. You grow when you get out of the comfort zone and take the effort and move and just be authentic and be who you are and be real and have a conversation and have fun with it. Just have fun with it.
Oh, I love
Absolutely.
that. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to say, just speak from your heart, your gut, and your soul. Trust your instincts. Trust your instincts. And when you think about having a show, you don't remember, you don't have to have it all together. You can take a book, real quick, like this. This is a book, A Woman Makes a Plan, okay? And this is Eli Musk's mother, beautiful Mae Musk. So let's say I wanted to talk to people and do kind of like what Luana does. I would just, with her romance, I would just say, hey, welcome to my show, Lunch with an Author. I actually have a show like this. And today we're going to be covering, or this month we're going to be covering this book. I would say the name of the book. I would tell them where they could get it. And I would say we're going to go chapter by chapter within the next 8 weeks on this book. Come join us and listen in. And do something as simple as that. You don't have to have all the content. The other thing that I learned from one of my best mentors, my #1 mentor is Alex Mendoza, and he said the quickest way to become expert is to interview other experts. Luana and Melody and I and almost all the hosts you met today, they don't worry about coming up with their content. They just make a list of people they want to interview, some famous, some not, and they ask them questions, zip it. Ask the next question, zip it. Ask the next question, zip it. So it's easy breezy. Just go through it, just like Luana says. And you guys, we're going to wrap it up. It's National TV Talk Show Host Day, and we're celebrating all the TV talk show hosts out there and the podcast hosts and video hosts too. I'm Raven Blair Glover, that's LaWanna Parker, and my co-host Melody Keema Parker. And we are, wait a minute, Harper. Melody Keema Harper. Melody, say your name. I'm tongue twisted.
Melody Keemer Harper. So
Harper.
Melody, like a song, I'll sing to you. Ah!
I love that. That Parker and Harper next together.
Yeah, I'll play my harp at the same time. The key, I love it. Melody singing with the key, with the key, with the harp. All music.
Wow, that's great.
This happened.
But thank you, ladies. I appreciate it. Thank you to all the Raven TV stars and some of my friends, Angel and other people that stopped by. What was your friend's name?
Elnora.
Yeah.
Elnora Webb.
We appreciate all of you for stopping by. Thank you for tuning in. Please share this out with a friend and help us inspire others to take their voice and be heard, but to be seen and, pass their message, pass their gifts on. All right, guys, that's a wrap. We're out of here.